I wasn't joking. We're jumping in soon. Hold on, I am making sure the server's back up. Well, would you look at that? How we doing, gamers? I want to stream today, naturally. However, later, on this fine day we have, we will also be having, not we, but my good fellow Turtle WoW content creator himself, DJ Noforos, has a show coming up. I had that here. And I'm going to try to remember how to do rating. Where is it? Boom. Oh, I cut off the part that people need to see. Now, I might just be a simple country orc, but I'm pretty sure that's about... Hold on. It's 5, so 5 minus 23 is 18. 18 here is 6 p.m. I'm gonna try to make it line up. No promises though. Hello, Jose. What's up? Yeah, I'm just jumping in today. I will fill people in as the day goes. Oh yeah, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. Muy bien. It's been a nice day. Got home from work and let me tell you, man. It's very hot in New England right now. Right behind me is an AC unit. I'm still sweating. All right, so just getting everyone up to date. A couple cool things to check out here. A couple things I'm pretty excited about myself. I did last night after stream, took a little break, chat with Murog, had some din, and then I felt it, that spark, you know, when you're like really excited to keep playing a character. I had that last night for Rexxanna. So over in Eastern Kingdoms, you'll notice over here there's not that many quests left. Also over here there's only turn-ins available. So I focused down and I did all of the quests I could do here. I still have to turn in one. And I did all the quests I could here. I've actually ignored all the quests here because I'm silly like that. Turns out that was a lot of experience points. So since you last seen me, I've pretty much jumped close to a level. Feel pretty good about that. And I also got on the auction house. Alright, wait. Gotta remember, where am I going right now? Turning in. Yeah. So, last night I was on the auction house, getting 55. I'm like, ooh, maybe there's some new gear that I can equip at that level. I found a little delight. For a mere 20 gold, which for Rexxanna, who doesn't have like a big money-making toon who's just feeding her money all the time, 20 gold was a lot to ask for. However, I have been using my Salt Shaker cooldowns. I have been selling my Cured Rugged Hide. And for 20 gold, I got the Axe of the Deep Woods. I still have the axe I was using. I was using this. Hold on. Tooltip's a little off there. So, it's a... I lost some agility. I lost some spirit. And attack power. But this is a 6 DPS jump. For 20 gold, I mean, it might not be the best, but it also looks kind of cool. So I'm like, alright, we'll grab it. And I upgraded my other axe as well. I was using... Yeah, I think that this one was just like its nominal upgrade. Although this one also was a... What's that? 28 to... Also a 6 DPS increase. So... I'm excited to try these out. I haven't done much today. I was just getting some stuff straight. I was checking to see where I'm at with my leveling. And then I said, oh, you know what? Nothing's stopping me. I should just, I should go rile up stream. See if some people might want to watch. Also, it's almost like a Pavlovian response. I don't know if at this point, if I could actually work on Rexxanna without being able to chat with other people. Because it felt weird when I was just like, oh, I'll go do this, and I was playing, I'm going, huh. Kind of feels empty right now, like I was missing something. Then I remembered it was you guys. Ralkangren, what sounds like cheating? Also, hello, Sonic. All the other lurkers in YouTube chat, hello. Thanks for dropping by. I think I might have scheduled my stream for 3 o'clock, and I didn't want to wait. Okay, so this quest was the big energy project. It has you. There's some like elite blue dragonkins here, and I was like, I don't know. However, there was someone over there who was like farming them for something. And I'm like, hey, I need a quest mob over here. And he's like, oh yeah, this guy, I'll lead you right to him. He brought me to the guy, and it wasn't that tough. I popped some cooldowns, and me and Misha took it down. So that was a fun one. Buying epics off the auction house? Well, Ralkangren, it's 20 gold, right? That's like a cured rugged hide and a half. The goal was, like, again, if I really wanted to, I could have Vrograg and all my other tunes just jump thousands of gold into Rexxanna, and I could get all the perps I wanted. Also, it's a self-imposed challenge. I'm deciding what's cheating and what's not. You guys don't know that even when the camera is off, I still will not mount Misha while having her out. I still refuse. Wait, you actually pulled it off? I can't believe you managed to interfere with the Dragonkin in such a way. With this staff, I could power Spark Order for weeks. Maybe even set up my own shop here. Alright. What do we got here? Well, that's interesting. Huh, that'll look cool. Oh, that is kind of a cool look. Look at that. I think there's other headpieces that you can get, though. Quick Surge gloves. This is the reason why I knew I had to do this one. So, I have Hero's Gauntlets on. 13 agility. This has more agility. Doesn't have as much int, but it has stam too. We're getting this. How do they look? They're kind of basic looking, but oh, look at that! Look at that! We have an armor kit right here, ready to go. GG fix your hydrate channel reward cooldown? I don't know. I've done nothing to it, Ralkangren. Because I'm focused on the game. I'm focused on creating content, not on doing things that make my stream better. Speaking of which. The Bulbasaur light helps me. Okay, where are we at? Alright, we just got that. Let's go do some more turn-ins. Also, one interesting thing to note. Oh, who is this? Hello, traveler. Oh, what quest chain? This goblin. Ah, yes. He needs you to kill an elite dragonkin. I just finished it. Check it out. Do you need a hand killing the elites? Because part of the Path of Rexxar is that I won't turn down trying to help someone, so... Yeah, probably. Okay. Well, let me invite you. I'm up there yet. Ah, okay. Well, I have some more turn-ins to do. Let me know if you are, when you're ready. Just give me a whisper, and if I'm in the zone, I'll run over. Good luck and Godspeed. Elvish ruins. Look at your map. Look for the ruins of Eldrath. Just east of here, I think. What's going on, Lorazia? And also, Lizzie Babs, good to see you. Oh, I think that's actually a new player, as he didn't know where the Elvish ruins were. I mean, there's really two features of Azshara. It's pretty foliage and Elvish ruins. So I hope I can help him later. I'm not the kind of person that will, like, you know, necessarily drop everything I'm doing to help out someone. That being said, though, I mean, if it's, like, reasonable, I'll come, you know. Oh, man, I'm pumped. Guys, 55, level 55, I mean, can we talk about that for a second? That's huge. How did he manage to get where he is? So, Lorazia, for Horde, we can just walk in from Ashenvale. I don't know how Alliance gets here. Oh, crap, what if it was that ruins? I don't remember the quest chain. I might have sent them the wrong way. Hold on, I need to whisper him. Sorry if my directions weren't great. No. Well, Horde's flight point's here. I think the Alliance flight point's here. You can pretty much, like... I guess, yeah. Because there's ruins here. The Shadowsong Shrine. When someone says the ruins, I usually think of this spot. Or the Temple of Arcacoan. This one. Is that Shagu, the man, the myth, the legend, who I would do whatever I could to playfully embarrass him by getting a bunch of people to thank him properly, which you should all do to Shagu. Hey Shagu, hope you're doing well. Oh, you see you guys? It's circular. Love is circular. You don't have to pay it forward, you just keep loving. Thank you, Shagu. I appreciate that. I believe, Shagu, you're also one of the... I think you even have the founder badge on Twitch. You were one of the first people to ever subscribe to my channel. So think about that, guys. If you think that I'm ever giving Shagu too much glaze, the guy's always been supportive of my stuff. You know what I mean? And for good reason. I've always supported Shagu because think about WoW without... Think about Turtle WoW without stuff like PFUI. 'Cause, you know, he's not the only shop in town, but it is tough to play with just vanilla UI. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not as approachable, I would say. So, hope you've been doing well too, Shagu. I don't know what you've been up to as far as what games you've been playing. I know you're not playing Turtle WoW anymore. I'd be curious to know what you've been up to, what you've been playing. What does Shagu play? So soon? Oh, right. Yeah, just because I did stream 2 days back to back. Sometimes I get a little burned out, you know, which burnout's a real thing. You gotta pace yourself. I'm in this for the long haul. The Vegas under-over of what's gonna last longer, Vrograg or Turtle WoW, surprisingly close. Vegas has it as 50-50. I don't have great life expectancy. Oh, okay. You're a Path of Exile enjoyer. Okay. I don't think I ever got into that game. I did see Shagu in that Discord that you and I share, that one of the people there was also a Minecraft modder. I wonder if you ever played any Minecraft. Alright, this guy, I think he just wanted me to look at a lake. So I could tell him exactly how many blue dragonkin were there. Report to the Archdruid. Archdruid Rune Totem needs to hear about this. He will know what to do and how we should approach them. Go fly to Thunder Bluff and tell the Archdruid about what you have seen here. Okay. Dan, what's up? Dan, the radio man, is here. Good to see you, friend. Just checking here. Yep, okay, I did get the time right. Just as a reminder, if you'll be on in 3 hours, 3 hours, radio show live DJ tonight, DJ no furrows, no, I always want to put an S in there. DJ N. I've actually, when I say been to one of his shows, I mean like when he's on Nordanaar live, you can find him in game, and you can like enjoy the dance party. He plays a lot more dancey music, a lot of EDM, industrial. So check it out. Looks like this time he's gonna be at Black Rock Mountain. That should make for an interesting rave. My hope is that I'll be wrapping up around that time, and I will raid. Not in the game, but raid his channel. What island are you on? Oh, yeah, Lizzie Babs. This is, the Horde questing hub extension right here. It's, right here, north. It's called Bloodfist Point. A bunch of little quests you can do here if you're Horde. It's fun. I've done some of them. They're not, like, the most inspired quests, but they feel very vanilla. Ooh, wait a minute. Custom voice acting. I'm gonna crank that a little bit. Crank my turtle owl up a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let's hear what this voice acting's like. Because I definitely noticed it.
Are you here to prove your worth to the Horde? Blood and thunder! Blood and thunder! We shall crush our enemies in steel!
Don't know who did this one from the voice acting staff, but chef's kiss. Great job, really. And I can actually tell there's not a lot of editing to deepen that. That actually sounds very... Either the editing is ridiculously good, or the voice actor is very talented.
Blood and thunder!
It is... I'm not like a huge voice actor guy, but I can tell you that, like, when I talk like a gnome for a long time, it's actually pretty difficult to keep the sound very consistent and convincing. Turn that down. How's the sound now? Okay, that's good. Oh, whoopsie. I didn't mean to get rid of that screen. Was it Charles? I mean, clap, 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 Charles. Very talented voice actor we have in the voice acting kennel. Okay, I've done that quest. Can I just talk to you? What's up? You just stuck hearthing? Okay. And what was the quest I had for this guy? Search for the sword that could... right. There's a blade I had to look. I've done... I think I've done almost all the basic Ashara quests, ones that don't require you to go to dungeons. But I've just been having a blast. Now, listen. It's not a race with Rexxanna. If I wanted to get to 60, I would just queue up some dungeons and then just soak up experience points. But you guys know me, like, I'm trying to stop and smell the roses. I'm trying to see some of the content that I've missed in the couple of years since it's come out. So, yeah, that's why I've been doing it this way. Plus, it's way more of the Rexxanna vibe, an honorless wanderer trying to regain her honor by acting nobly and following in the footsteps of Rexxar. For some reason, I feel like the spirit of that challenge would mean I wouldn't brainlessly throw myself at elites until I get a level. You might have to bear with me too. A lot of times these custom quests, I don't know if, like, I see I have a loot icon here. Distinct sword. Hopefully it's actually there. I will say the community that have used Shagu's PF Quest plugin for like the custom stuff, the community's done a pretty good job, I've noticed, of adding stuff. That's something that not a lot of you guys might know. A lot of times these quests, adding them to PF Quest, it isn't like Shagu adds something to a database and it's a couple keystrokes. A lot of times either team members or community members will have to give the data to Shagu and then Shagu has to put it in. So just another spot where Shagu is absolutely a pillar of the community. Oh yeah, that's true as well, Ploxin. Pretty much, yeah, a lot of people don't realize that if you play on, like, you know, let's say you and like 10 of your friends say, hey, you know what'd be fun? Like, what if we like just had like our own private server, right? And you use, you know, vMangos as your server program, and you want to play on a client like this, you know, vanilla or TBC. This works on a vanilla TBC client, I believe. Well, guess what? You can get this add-on. It should work. So yeah, it's not just Turtle, but most people know of Shagu's work through Turtle, but most of that's because of Turtle's sudden and erratic popularity. Oh, it's a separate. Well, that makes sense, right? The big ones support vanilla and TBC. Same code base, just written so well. Yeah. I mean, that's efficient. That's what I'm thinking too, Shagu. That's great to hear. So evidently, it's just a separate release, but it's essentially the same. Shagu's in chat, in YouTube chat, guys. Give him an at. Give him an at. And tell him what you really think about him. Now, there are 2 members of the larger turtle community that, rain or shine, I will absolutely glaze. That's Shagu and Cherry Pie. I got this guy a gem he needed. I know, I see some of you guys bouncing back and forth. I think that's great. Thank you. Dan, you got it right. Dan knows. Hey, Shagu, thanks, man. You know what? I do appreciate that because Bezo don't need that money. If anyone does have a Twitch Prime and they don't know who to give it to, I mean, you know, you're supporting independent orc journalism. Why wouldn't you? Age Deep Rod. The Satyrs of Lagash are a recent arrival, and they hold some magical ability. They've been known to carry Age Deep Rods, of which I will need one. We can go do that. Hey, German speakers? Entfire? This name right here? Is that a word in German? It looks like a German word. Cherry Pie had thrown in the face during this last crash out that they were in they were in the Epstein files. Why do people even try? Well, because it's so ridiculous. Lorazia, that's called absurdist humor. A lot of times, absurdist humor can seem vulgar or rude. But you know what? If Cherry Pie was in the Epstein files, I'd be like, I'd be like one of those people coping. I'd be like, well, you gotta separate the GM from the person, right? Like her work as a GM is different. But no, some people in the community really drive her up a wall. So if she gotta blow off steam and say some some insane stuff, I'm like, eh. As long as she's not killing people yet. Oh, Shagu got me with the translation. Entfian to desecrate. So it's like the desecrator. That's actually a pretty badass name. Also, I remembered from what Murog just told me about German, the W is like a V. Normally, I think. I love when I have Lorazia and Ploxin chatting when I'm like 99% sure that they're just the same person. Everyone has an in-character name, you know, in the game, and then you have a stream name, or you can have an other stream name, like Lizzie Babs, who's Little Karen. I'm looking for a sword, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, it's going to be over here. Cool, cool. All right. Misha. Now I will dismount and grab you. You know, with my spec and like what I've been doing, she is definitely not as integral as she was when I was like pre-30. And for anyone curious, this is what my spec's been like so far, right? You know what I've been doing in survival. I've been skipping like the movement reducing stuff. I didn't get plain in head because I'm normally throwing traps in people's faces. The feigned death. I don't know if this is something I should spec into, but I got pretty much everything else. We're back over in Beast Mastery. So I'll probably put like the rest of my points in Unleashed Fury, I think. I guess. Yeah, Dan, if Cherry like came to me and said, hey, Vrograg, like, I don't want to talk about it, but I gotta hide a body, I'd be like, all right, I'll get my shovel. I would definitely be like, don't do it again. Get rid of all the lightning shield. Dang it. You didn't post anything on the Discord though, Vrograg? Wait, I didn't? Oh, I didn't. You're right, hold on. I had a bunch of posts like ready to go. Okay, I think they're all up now. Okay, how we doing, Misha? We got this handled? New English is built different. Also, the bay here has so many corpses in it. Well, yeah, I mean, you got to. Like, fish get hungry too. I'm gonna pick up a bunch of clams. If you're wondering what these are for Seeping Corruption. It's like an Undercity quest I picked up. Oh, sorry, I got this guy. I am way up to the north and west. You need a hand with those elites. So I think the elites are like here. Near the Temple of Korin? All right. Okay, I think my posts are all up. How else can I forget to take down my Discord posts if I don't put them up to begin with? Do you think they're social? Oop, that's not the right keybind. Man. Come on. Come this way. Yeah. Right over the trap. So, last night when I was doing some of the quests in Burning Steppe, this is probably a quest not a lot of people do. I was keen to do them because I did that whole Hateforge Quarry dungeon guide. So I was doing all the neutral Hateforge Quarry breadcrumb starts and some of the stuff in that zone. What I found out though was that one of them, he's gonna get it off. Come on, just die. If you may or may not know this, where is that? So this area right here, it's like an uninstanced version of Hateforge Quarry. It's like part of where they're digging. So one of the quests said, hey, go over here and kill this guy. And I'm like, yeah, pretty pretty boilerplate. I know what I'm doing. Except I got over there, and I'm like, oh no, they're all elite. However, to all those who have been doubting my ability to learn Hunter, I did something where so there's like a bunch of elites you need to kill, and the guy you need is like at the very end in a tunnel. So I mounted up on Misha, and I just like bolted through them as far as I could go. They were like all green level for me, so I had that advantage. And I ran to like a spot where I thought it was safe, and I feigned death, and I'm like, oh my god, it's clicking. This is why Hunter's really good. I mean, if you want to call this a Hunter, technically yes. And you know what else I was excited about when I got level 55? I've had Warlord Gortooth's Command sitting in my bags. I got it at like level 35, I think, when I was in Badlands. You could just get it from the guy. Rokangren, quick! You still can't lure mobs into your trap with that simple recall pet command. I do know the trick you're talking about. Actually, I've done it before, but I'm usually jumping into melee, so I'm not like super concerned about that. Like, watch, I can do it. See? I can do it. Oh, that's right. There's something else I have to remember to do. I think I even made myself a list. Where is it? Remember the show later. Remember that. Was it? No. I could have shown it. I actually made a picture that had the things I want to be doing. Ah, here it is. Ah. Bite 8, Claw 8, get flight points, vibe. Now check this out. I do have over here, let me bring that over. So I have Petopia, and I learned, oh no, the only wolf that can get me is a Blood Axe Warg, which is in Blackrock Spire, so not super easy to do. However, I looked at the community listing. Fun fact, the Brushtail Cobra has Bite 8. So, we're gonna go to Tel'abim at some point today. That's one thing I have to remember to do. Where did I put that? Okay, Claw 8, I think. That's also something I can get now. Ah, I need to work my way into Winter Spring to either get a Winter Spring. Oh wait, I'm too low level for those. Oh yeah, I have to be 57, right? That's how that works. So depending on the level of the Brushtail Cobra, and that might still work. I can actually check the level of the Brushtail Cobra, I think. DB, Brushtail. Oh my goodness, what a useful utility to have. Okay, Brushtail Cobra is 55. So I am level 55, so there's a chance I can get it. So that makes Tel'abim higher up on my priorities of spots to go visit today. Your message was removed? Shagu, if it was a, wait, on my stream or like somewhere in Discord? Ironback Bis Tank, fight me? And yes, Lizzie Babs, traps do ridiculous amounts of damage. Oh, yeah. Hold on, Shagu. I think I can actually grab that and then just post it. Oh, that's right. I think there's a way to pin stuff. Let me see if I can grab this. Shagu.org. I found it. All right, hold on. I'll show everyone. Of course, I went to the fabulous website, a great source for understanding and learning, really, in many ways, about early vanilla and TBC Arrow. Wow. At the very bottom of the main page right here, boom, miscellaneous Hunter WoW, Vanilla WoW Hunter Pets, Turtle WoW Hunter Pets. Oh my god, this is so much better. Why didn't I know about this? Also, no disrespect, by the way, to community members that before I think Shagu had this up, that made stuff like this. I didn't know this existed. My man, Shagu, what don't you do? And I know why you did this too. It's because you are canonically a hunter in Turtle WoW. So if I do F and I do open brackets BI bite rank 8 close brackets, Blood Axe Warg right there, Brushtail Cobra. Look at that. That's an amazing thing. I'm gonna put this link in chat for anyone who's curious. Okay, can I go here and then I do pin message? There it is. And then over on Twitch, pin message. Manually unpinned or end of stream. Thank you, by the way. That's actually super. Genuinely, this isn't just me trying to hype you up more. Genuinely, thank you. That's awesome. I have been wanting something like that. We got the Broken Blade Master Sword from this place. That's cool. Oh, check out the Dark Iron Hooked Net. I don't know if this is a bug, but when I use it, it throws a spider web. Was it always supposed to be like that? Were you here for the sword quest? Why? Yes. Me too. Let me just take time to thank Shagu for not having an insane embedding. Whenever you post something from the site, it doesn't show a random ass huge picture. Oh, you mean like the way the HTML is coded? I guess if that's what it is, but the thing is that I don't know if Shagu does any web development, but the website's always been slick. Oh, I see. On Discord, if you link add-ons page as an example, it should. Oh, yeah. I learned about that too, about how to make it so it doesn't always. It's just one of the unfortunate things about Discord. If I put a link in, it just usually has some sort of preview version of the. Are you coming out? Can I shoot at you? Okay, you're evading. Hold on. Now fight me. Don't fight, Misha. This might be bug report worthy. Although I had to induce it to go under. So I don't know. I mean, I was able to kill it, so it's not that big of a deal, I guess. That's like a mid to low priority. Hold on, get my notebook out here. I am in 78, 38, 78, 38. Ramp to Temple of Akrokoan. Mob can glitch under the ground. Alright. Reporting bugs and making the game better is everyone's responsibility. We can all do our part. Okay, I got the blade. Now I need to beat up some of these Legashi dudes. Alright, Misha, we're gonna ride over there. So I will get my trusty friend Brambleclaw to help me put on the barding. Why, thank you, Brambleclaw. Now Misha has her barding, and away we go. Oh yeah, Shagu, that's something that I had been using Discord for way too long before I found that out. And the person who told me was just like, wait, how long have you been like doing stuff like this? You didn't know? And I'm like, help me, I'm old. Everything scares me. I think some of that is also the reason why on the live channel on Discord, you always have to delete your posts. Also because it's a little misleading if you're not streaming, but it says you're live. So I understand that. Well, one other thing too, Lorazia. The reason I use brackets is because sites just like having little preview images. And a lot of times, sometimes you can just not have the option on the image itself to remove its embed. That might have been because I had like an older version of Discord. I'm bad at updating things. But at some point someone had to tell me that. At least now I know how to do italics, bold, and spoilers. And it's just not rocket science. Just hard to remember all those little rules and things. If you look at the South America Discord, it becomes a huge mess so quickly. I mean, just set the certain Discord channel. Ooh, who's this guy? Very nice look. You know, there's paladins, and then there's paladins that try to look good. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot about internet subcultures that I just don't understand. Like some of the things that people do on the Chinese Discord, or not Discord rather, they use Kook, I think it's called. The things that we might consider very annoying and off-putting is something that they might love. And the things that we do, they're like, why would you do that? That's so annoying. Here, have some more of this. See, you can tell I'm a big-time hunter. You know why? Because I'm giving my pet roasted quail. By the way, if you're ever a master looter, if you have a hunter friend, remember, most pets, I think almost all pets, can eat roasted quail. You should always give this to hunters. It's just a nice little thank you. Now these guys are probably going to be camped. Oh, Boeing. Hey, Boeing. I am looking for some satyrs here. Thanks. Boeing is a long-time raider compatriot of mine. Please take this. It may help you. Okay, just don't make it like out-of-pocket expensive. Oh, yep, this is going to be the deal breaker. Thank you kindly. Also, I think the ZG Raptor is really good looking. I can feel the strength. Will do. Ah, see, look, I'm going to show off to you guys that I know more hunter stuff. Look at this. I'll remember I have track demons. Oh, look, there's demons right here. Well, I mean, it's not hard to see that, but... Oh, that's right. These guys gouge. It's a shame that we do have a substantial number of people coming to our Discord and complain about the lackluster support over there. Well, so... Thank you. I think Boeing is assessing my skills as a hunter. No pressure. Don't you mess up. Wait, how many? It's a 12% drop chance. Ugh. I like it too. So specifically, Shagu, your add-on was a huge help to me because one of the Hateforge Quarry pre-quests is... Oh, you have to kill some Dark Iron Dwarves to get some revenge. You have to get signets off them. And it's not like a 100% drop rate. It's not the best. You need 12 of them, and it's a limited number of mobs that can even spawn. So what I did was I popped my my tracking on for humanoids, and then I did that. I did farm. So I had a bigger mini-map so I could better see right when something popped up. Slash farm. Great tool. Really, dude? You gouge me right as your last action? I'm going to gouge him. Anyway, it's always a fun little utility. Okay. Misha, you can take care of that guy, right? Real Kangren, it's funny, I was just looking at chat and I realized you and I were on the same wavelength. I'm finding that while at this level, right, when I fight stuff, a lot of times if I pull long enough, I have to be mindful of my mana. So I think, yeah, if I would describe what like after 30 leveling is like as a survival hunter, I think it has more in common with like an enhancement shaman. And rather than having a Wind Fury totem or some kind of weapon enhance that's going to make you pop off for damage, the big damage stuff you do for this, it's all about, well, I mean, you can look and see right here. Each tick of my immolation trap hits for 254. Now, 254 is pretty good damage at this level. It ticks every... so it's over... for 5-10 fire damage over 15 seconds. So that isn't what it does. It does more than that. The tooltip is lying. So I pop it down. 102 fire damage every 3 seconds. Again, it's clearly doing more than that, but I think that's because I have specialized into stuff. Ooh, Fellcloth, let's go. But 254 every 3 seconds, that's pretty big damage. That's, it's like I have another axe. How long does the time traps need to be up before being upgraded? How long is the time trap? Oh, Larazia, for that, it's 5 seconds. So, if I was being patient, which I'm not, I need 5 seconds, and it increases it by up to 26% if I get 2 points into it. It's definitely worthwhile, but it's only that first trap. And, you know, I think I got the staff thing I needed, right? I did. Nice. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's not like the end of the world. I don't know how much I'd even use. I don't think in a raid scenario you would necessarily use it. And I was looking for points to save some talent points so I could give something to my lovely Misha, who's been with me since the beginning. I'm gonna turn in with this guy first, because he might have me come back here again. So a couple things I want to keep in mind is that I have some personal goals that I want before I will consider the challenge over. And there are two things that I want. I think I was discussing them like a while ago, I'll say. One of them is, where is my, no, not that one. Atlas loot. Let's put you off to the side here. All right, I think I wanted dungeons and raids, I want ZG. Where? How can I see the dungeon set? Oh, I guess I would do sets, maybe? Yeah, sets. Hunter sets. Yes. I need to get the Beast Stalker cap. That's one that I consider necessary to finish. Because then I'll finally have the hat that makes me look like Rexxar. The other thing that I know I absolutely want to have, so I might be 60, but there's going to be things that I want to finish. The other one, and this one should be easier, but is the Flight Blade Throwing Axe from War Master Voon. In the world of throwing weapon progression, it's really good. It is the second best throwing axe I can get. The other one's like an AV rep gride. I'm like, nah, I'm good. No, it's not. I think it's a drop from a mob in there or something. So I want to get that. I don't know what axes I should try to make as like a nice little flourish to the end, but I feel like I should have 2 axes in mind. I would love to brainstorm. If anyone has like a good axe or 2 that might theme well with the challenge, I'm all ears. Oh, that's a bummer, Larazia. So for those just filling in people, Error, the Tel'abim Horde Guild got Mephistroth on Sunday or Saturday. Very exciting. And they didn't have a full clear. And they just needed Ruptrin, and I guess they didn't get him last night. I knew they were doing attempts last night. And that's really a bummer. That means the raids have reset. I feel sorry for him. Saying some people feel so discouraged they're going to quit playing. I think those people... Usually when people say that, I mean, sometimes they're serious. Those are people that maybe need a break, or are just saying that because in the moment they're very sad. And they need a way of venting that. Hopefully that's the case, because I think what they've been able to do and achieve is really great. Being the premier Horde raiding guild on Tel'abim. They have all my respect. The Hakari axes? Oh, let me check that out. Zul'Gurub. Okay. Looking for axes here. This is a two-hand axe, so this wouldn't be Query server. And that's a really goofy looking axe, but it's good. Alright, I didn't miss one, did I? No. That's a mace, so... That's the halberd. That's a two-handed axe. I'm looking. That's a fist. That's a mace. Are there axes? The Manslayer. It's a pretty good looking axe. You know what? If we're just talking axes, right? If we're just doing like a little shopping, thinking about that kind of stuff, maybe it would be better if I just brought up the database to try to brainstorm some nice things. Like I said, to add a flourish. Oh my god, look at this. So you can just browse items like this. So I'm gonna do by item level. All right. So, and technically this would be a raid. I can do ZG, right? But the idea is to not necessarily have something be obtained in a raid to say it's done. This has been a leveling challenge. I will say, though, the Lava Shard Axe would be probably a good pickup. There's not many axes in early progression. Maybe there are, and I'm just not aware, but... Now, that one actually might be good. So this is where we are in progression, so to say. Oh, I've seen Seraphil before. A lot of these I'd want to look at the actual item itself. See what kind of model it has. Now, there's definitely a couple. All right. Again, I'm still open to anyone's ideas. You know, I'm not sold on any one particular way to go. Although, here's one thing I'm curious about. The model that Rexxar is using in-game right now, I don't think exists. I think it's like a TBC-based model. It might exist. If anyone knows what visual model that looks like, I would be curious to know. The aged deep rot. Alright, so I'm helping this guy try to rebuild his staff. I did this quest with one of the last custom quests Murog and Vrograg did before they got level 60 as hardcores was this quest, and it was one of my first interactions with support. There was something bugged about this back in 2022, so I actually remember this quest. Okay, he has a little scene to play out here. We keepers have been active in the Nashar to leave the secrets of the region a mystery. We have fallen into shadows and disarray, unable to even communicate effectively with one another. We are surrounded by enemies, and what was once our legacy remains as nothing more than a faded memory. It has been a long time since wield magic such a magic. Crafting the staff of Eldar has granted me some glimmer of hope. I finished the quests over here. I can come your way to help. Alright, so I made the axe, or the axe. Did he, like, give me the staff or something? No, he didn't. He just made one. The waystones once allowed his keepers to travel great distances. Find the waystone at the Temple of Arkor and activate it and speak. Alright. Yeah, come on. I don't need to kill it. I don't need to kill it either, but I was willing to help if you needed a hand. I'm gonna invite this guy. Ooh, also someone just got a immortal. Congrats to you, YXU. Yeah, I don't really know what this guy's story is. I am near. He is? I don't think he is. Velamark, where we first met. Yeah, I can head over there. I don't know what this guy needs, but I just want to help him now. Because that was at the beginning always one of the charges of the Path of Rexxar, is that you help those that are in need. Because that's also something Rexxar does. You know, he helps any orcs he finds. And if there's any, you know, night elves that need help dying, he can help them too. you know, he's very generous. And I think some of his generosity is kind of forgotten in the mix about the story of Rexxar, but, you know, he'll kill you if you need help. I definitely think Rexxar would help kill gnomes if they needed help dying. Also, I think Rexxar will help anyone that needs help dying. I think he would definitely help them. Rexxar is an interesting character. You know, it's not like the most deep thing in the world, Rexxar's character. But I do find he has a compelling story. And he's genuinely one of those kind of characters that has every reason to turn and be a bad guy, but does not. He totally could, and would be terrifying if he did. But instead, he just likes wandering and doing his own thing. In many ways, Rexxar and Vrograg are very different. Rexxar probably knows how to be quiet. It's like kryptonite for me. Wait, my priest and druid are night elves? He'd probably want to drop kick my goblin too. Yeah, like, Rexxar also doesn't seem like the kind of character that would go picking fights. But if you found a way to anger him, it's probably the last thing you'd do. I think there's plenty of people in the Horde that are scared of him. They're like he's on our side, right? Right? I mean, we gave him the champion of the Horde. He's not going to come back because he's angry, right? You should do quests now, so you don't have to run back and be Okay, Lizzie Baps. Sometimes helping someone means you have to inconvenience yourself. I have 2 riding trinkets. It's okay. I really think the guy's new to the game. Because when he's written to me, it doesn't look like it's... He might also have English as a second language, but he's definitely... What he's known and not known has definitely struck me as a... he's probably new. It could also be a veteran of WoW, but doesn't know what vanilla is, so... I remember one of my goals, one of my set goals, was to vibe. I'm gonna tell you right now. Just listen to the tunes. That is a vibe. Does anyone know what that building is? Now that's a serious question. What is that building? That's Timbermaw Hold, but we can't go in it. I've had characters be exalted. They don't let me into the hold. And Timbermaw Hold, I mean, I know it connects to Winterspring, Moonglade, and Fellwood, but... Oh, Turtle Team, that seems like the one. That seems like the one to do. What is the... Which elite are we fighting? Oh, he needs cliff walk. He needs help killing a cliff walker. They're not tough. Oh, maybe they are for warriors. I don't know. That's really adorable. He's probably singled out and found one. He's like, this is the one that's gonna go down. I almost guarantee, like, I think just Rexxanna could probably kill one. Not even with Misha. Check this out. Yeah. Oh, the stomp stinks. Okay. I might have bit off more than I could chew. I do have my right aura on. That's good. All right, we're gonna drink our potion. Glad I could help. Did he actually get a... He just wanted to kill the cliff walker. That's all he needed. I'm sorry, I just find that so sweet. And he also complimented Misha. Lizzie Babs, Misha right now is being a mount, so Misha is, metagame is in the stable, but, in-game, Misha couldn't fight, like, the barding was gonna get in her way, so when she's set up to ride, she doesn't do fighting. And now we do the long walk back. But for real, I really wish they did do something with that Timbermaw hold. They do have a little bit of a expansion on the Furbolg story. They have lots of little spots with it. They have stuff in Hyjal. That's a different tribe. I think the bark skin. They have an expansion to the Ashenvale one in Crescent Grove. That's a big expansion to the story. Does he just want to kill these? This guy just wants to hunt them? I mean, okay. I might need to be a little bit more circumspect about it. How many do you need? Oh, hey, Meow. Thanks for the raid. Hope your raid went well. Want peace for now? Not a single one, just wanted to slay a giant. Me too. Those guys are jerks. I am going to head back out north and west to finish another quest. If you ever want help and I'm around, don't hesitate to ask. Smiley face. Be safe. There is a creepy wizard up there. He's killing Skystormers. Skystormers. Careful of their spells. It goes right through your armor. Gotta get up. Creepy wizard. Wizard, as in, he's just strange. LOL. All right. Just if you need help. Okay, I gotta get. Can I? All right. Sorry for my diversion. I'm not that sorry, but little interactions like that are, you know, sometimes it's people's like genuine first experience with the game and they're just learning. And so what I ended up finding out through that interaction, that guy just wanted to kill the giant because I love that. Only 5. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Meow. Meow, the leveling goes great, friend. I'm at level 55. I'm really saddened to hear you didn't get as many bosses, but you know what? Like you said, there's too many new people. There's never too many. That just means there's more people that get to enjoy the game with you, and you get to socialize, make some more friends, so it's not all bad. Probably is frustrating, but, you know, we've all been there at one point or another, and it's always good to see there's new people trying things out. Yes, Lizzie Babs, I'm totally with you on that one. Probably some of my favorite moments on Turtle WoW, it's happened like 2 or 3 times. There's been people that are like in the guild, and they're talking in guild chat, and they make it very public that like, yeah, this is my first time playing the game. And they're learning stuff, they're asking questions. Let me tell you, there's nothing sweeter than being on Discord and hearing someone go, holy crap, I've never been to Naxxramas. This place is crazy. Because you as a person, you can never get that back. You can never get that wonder, that awe when you first step into something like that. And getting to hear someone have that happen to them, it's something special. Well, Meow, you know, unfortunately, it really starts in AQ 40 mostly, but in Naxx it becomes very clear. There's just the level of coordination you need to do things in Naxxramas is a lot higher than Molten Core. If you're DPS, it's not even a joke. Literally just don't stand in fire. You pretty much got the whole raid. If you're DPS and BWL, pretty much don't stand in fire. You have everything else. AQ40 and Naxx, I was like, oh wait a minute, okay, I have to wait, or you know, like there actually is some complexity. So, you know, it's tough. As long as you have people that can listen and are willing to improve, I would 10 times out of 10, I would prefer having a raider, like, if, like, you know, the magical numbers, you need to do 100 DPS, right? Like, that's like some sort of weird weather vane for, like, what you need to do this raid. I would rather have a raid full of people that are doing, like, 60 out of that 100 damage number, if they can listen, versus a raid full of people that just go for the number. Listening and raider personal responsibility, that's the strongest stat. It doesn't show on a log, but anyone who's run a raid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, yeah, that's true, Meow. And I mean, I've talked about this before. If we're being honest about the difference between Naxxramas and Kara, as a community, the vanilla player base has had 20 years to think of everything about how to do that raid. We don't have that level of foresight on Kara. Kara definitely is more difficult. Even if we had the 20 years of experience, it would still be as difficult. But there are certain thresholds of strategies. Like, take the Medivh boss fight, right? There are multiple ways of doing that boss. I think there's still disagreement in the community about what the right way to do it is. As far as, in the future, what's going to be like the accepted technique. You know, so right there you have something like what the order people are supposed to do it in. You know, it's a living, growing game, so we'll find out. In Kara 40, if someone should not move when they were told to and moves, they wipe the whole raid. However, you know, Meow, something to keep in mind, this mechanic exists in ZG. It doesn't wipe the whole raid, but Mandakir, he can stare at you. You have to learn how to press escape twice and not do anything for a little bit. Alright, Route Gangren. I'll keep an eye on it in case anyone gets rowdy. Hold on, wait. You guys see this icon? I haven't seen that icon before. Was that one custom made for this? I'm about to look, by the way. Broken Blade Masters. Let's go to the source. Let's inspect. Prepare to get anyone with sensitivity to flashing. All right, that's the icon. Okay, so the name of the icon, believe it or not, is Inventory Sword Blood Elf 3. All right, I'm gonna find if I can. This is a inventory sword underscore. Oh, was it? It doesn't show up on here. I think that's like a custom icon. I don't know what that's from. As you guys understand, I've done a lot of icon work, so I usually notice when there's something that I haven't seen in the game for an icon. And there's 3 of them. Inventory sword underscore. Ah, there it is. So here's what's even more. Sorry, I am super rabbit holed on this. Inventory sword blood elf underscore 3. There isn't a 2 or a 1. Blood elf underscore 00, 01, 02, 03. Okay. I have not seen that one used for anything ever before. And it's kind of a shame. It's a cool icon. And that's from a custom item, I'm pretty sure, right? So if I go to Wowhead, it's just going to be like, oh, we don't know what this is. Yeah, okay. Thank you for the diversion, everyone. You know how I get sometimes. Also, Lorazia, it's not a classic icon, if you can see. There's some of the first pass of High Elf stuff from TBC that was imported. Oh, okay. Like a calm leaf in the wind? Alright, what are we doing here? Our blades, they do not break easily. It was cut in 2 pieces on purpose. From all the possible forces of Ashara, only the Naga have the technology to do so. Just use a rock, what are you talking about? Or maybe they do have all the rocks. Only the Naga have the technology to do so. Maybe, just maybe, they still have the second part. If it is anywhere, it must be located on the Shattered Strand. No doubt kept as some trophy or prized possession. Locate it and bring it back at the edge of the sword to me. Okay. He's probably going to make a really cool sword that I can't use. It wouldn't be the first time. I guess I'll do this quest. So... I saw Dan and Lorazia talking about that icon. So it isn't a custom icon, but it's an unused icon in vanilla, I guess is the understanding here. I was going to say, the art style looks very convincingly like vanilla. It's very hard to emulate that exact style and get all the image compression. Also, Meow, going back to that earlier discussion, I know it only kills 1 person. What I'm saying is that raid, that mechanic prepares you for Kara 40. In that sense, that you have to know how to stop what you're doing and not do anything until it's time. I think we'd agree the stakes are a little bit different, but yeah. I don't need to be tracking demons. I can't believe I made all this money, guys. I got a fell cloth. I'm going to be rich. Guys, I feel like my AC is struggling to keep up with the heat. What do I do? Europeans, you're not allowed to answer. All of you are just gonna go, I don't have an AC, must be nice. I'll have you know, I got this I got this AC given to me. It was going to go to a dumpster. I was doing the environmentally conscious thing and use it. Move to colder? Nah, I'm good. Oh, I knew the Danes would answer. What is AC? It's, it is... I think it is when you run an electric current through something to chemically induce a reaction that's endothermic, so it removes a bunch of heat from air, and then you force air over it to cool down an area. That's what most AC is. You can also just use blocks of ice in a fan and get essentially the same effect. Oh, so Lorazia, the reason it was getting thrown out was because the person I got it from was, it was a very lovely older woman who I had done like some yard work in the past for. She was ready to retire when I knew her, but she officially retired and moved a couple towns over to like a retirement community where they have central air conditioning, so she didn't need her window units anymore. So I had always refused any form of payment for like helping her with shoveling the driveway or something. You know, like if you're like in your 60s or 70s and you know you might be a little weaker, you know, maybe not feeling good enough to shovel or do like basic yard work. I mean, I helped out a little. That's all I did. When she moved, she's like, I know you've refused money in the past, but I'm going to throw these out if you don't take them. She got me. She knew that I had no choice because I would hate to throw out an AC. And that's what cools my house. If we have air conditioner, why don't we have... Well, we do have water conditioner. I mean, we literally do have water conditioner. I'm not even joking. You condition your water to reduce its hardness. This is a real thing. I work in the plumbing and HVAC field. Oh my goodness, if it isn't Shagu, you said you weren't gonna play anymore. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not paying attention. Hi, Shagu. Good to see you. Also, looking sharp, friend. You have the right thing for the heat? Well, you're a cool guy. What do you have? Oh, snowballs. Nice. And red ribbon gift. Okay. Let's see what's in here. First off. Okay. What's in the red ribbon gift? A gift from Shagu. Oh, wait. Don't do the auto loop. Comfortable leather hat. Stamp spirit me. Oh, come on. What guy can't? What's it look like? Oh, it's lovely. Look at this hat. It is very comfortable. Hold on. Thank you so much. That's very thoughtful. Now I can beat the heat in style. Loktar. Earth conditioner would be fertilizer. Yeah, I could see that. What's the other one we have left? Fire conditioner? That's a hard one. Thanks, Shagu. I appreciate that. Also, I do want to note that this hat's it actually has all 5 resistances on it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, look at that. I'm excited. Also, here's something. It has the maker's mark. It says it was made by Shagu. That's a collector's item. Hello, Progger Plays. How's it going? Thanks for dropping by stream. Isn't fire conditioning just throwing different compounds into the fire to change the color? Yeah. Yeah, like I know if you throw certain like metal shavings, you can get different colors out of the fire. Yeah, so we have conditioners for everything. I have been thinking, this won't come as a surprise to any of you, but I have been thinking way too long and hard about the elements. Hello, Sprinkles. There's more thought behind that. So, any of you play Pathfinder, there was this was like a year or two ago, Wizards of the Coast did this license thing, panicked a bunch of people in the tabletop community, and a lot of people that used OGL, which is like a framework where a lot of people use proprietary things but share sort of like a game system. Like, it's complex, it's legal, but Wizards of the Coast was being and acting like how corporations do all the time. So Pathfinder needed to clean shop and change some stuff, and they came out with what's called Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remastered. It's essentially Pathfinder 2. They tweaked a few mechanics, and they had to sort of stray away from some of the stuff that, in a proprietary sense, made it seem too much like Dungeons and Dragons. Now, the reason I bring this up is because D&D, and for a long time Pathfinder, shared a similar conception of the elements. It's a much more Western-inspired or Greek-inspired conception of the elements, being earth, wind, fire, water. There's 4 of them, right? Instead, they changed their magic system, and not magic, but their elemental conceptualization of like the world and their cosmology, to instead be a 6 elemental system, which is much more inspired by Chinese elemental conceptions. So it's the 4 you already know, plus metal and wood. And it has like a different... There's like a weird connotation about how the elements feed into each other. It's not all entirely about opposition. I don't know why I thought of elements, but it's something I have been thinking about a lot because I'm designing some stuff for Pathfinder, and I'm trying to really get a good grasp on how the magic system works with these 2 new elemental spheres. So it has been tough. Oh, Progger Plays. Well, good to see you, friend. Thanks for dropping by. You know, Rottfather's a goat. I should ask Horde to maybe get him the Fish Slayer title. Seen the movie Fifth Element with Bruce Willis? It's been a minute, but yeah. Oh, I think I saw that when it was new. Don't tell anyone. Waystone of Eldrath. I just had to find this thing. What? Pretty cool, huh? Not a lot of people know about this. So if you do that quest chain, there's this little tower right in the middle of nowhere, really. You can use that runestone and it teleports you all the way up here. I'm zooming all the way out. There's no other way, unless you're like a GM or something, there's no way to get up here, except for that. It's right here. So you're actually like looking over the ruins down there where all the Naga are. Yeah, pretty neat. So you do your turn in here for the quest, of course. And is it home? She's like, I don't often get visitors. I have heard faded messages of someone helping keep her, zealous? And now I have you before me. The Eldrath Harmonization Gem has been recovered then. Good to hear. Restoring the ley lines. Welcome to my humble abode. I have kept my duty upon this spire, and I will continue to do so. Now that the Waystones are re-established, we can begin to make our presence within the region more known. To the southwest is the Temple of Zinmalor, nestled within the ruins of Eldrath. It is currently inhabited by the Twisted Naga. Within the Temple of Zinmalor lay secrets that they will never figure out, and I need you to uncover. Deep inside the temple, you will find a distinct stone, etched with bright runes and an even more ancient language. This stone is known as the Ashan Stone. When you see it, speak the following: Taza Ashan Dalasha. This magic will once again hold on, I think that verb works. This magic will once again invigor. Yeah, that would work. Usually when you see invigor, it's usually invigorate, the infinitive version of the verb. will invigorate the long and active ley lines that stretch through Ashara. Okay, let's go there and activate a stone, I guess? Alright. And, yes, Progger. Rodfather makes me think that there is hope for humanity. Do you think I could... famous last words right here, but do you think I can make it to the water? That's... Wait, no. Of course I can. I'm on the beach. So, once you have done that quest, you can go back up there whenever you want. Fun fact. I gotta say, too, the Devilsaur Eye is pretty cool. It's like a baby Earth Strike. That's probably the best way of describing it. It gives you hit 2 when you pop it, which is nice at my level. If I fight anything too tough. Too rough and tumble. Wait, I gotta go there. Oh, that's interesting. So the rune teleports me to a tower there, but where I'm going is actually here. All right. Oh, you know what? We'll get on Misha, who still has her barding on. Yeah, I think I wish I could enjoy fishing as much as Rodfather does. And I'd like to think that I'm one of the champions of fishing on Turtle. And by champion, I mean I promote it. And even as someone who promotes it as much as I do, no one comes close to how much Rodfather likes it. And speaking of fishing in Undercity, I still got to get that hat. I still got to get the bucket hat on Vrograg. It's kind of a shame I don't have it. Oh, that's so annoying. I had to run all the way around. Oh, it took you 6... that's... blech. I think I've tried to get it before with Vrograg, but I did it like late one night when I was just chatting with people. I'm like, oh, I'm on Undercity. Let's try doing this. You know, I was maybe doing it for an hour, didn't get anything. Yeah, Progger. The hardcore community is special. I know people have different experiences with it. But I will say, one of the things I was like most reluctant about, and this is like 2022 through like 2023 lore. When you were in hardcore initially, you would be thrown into a guild that was only had hardcore players, and much like how hardcore chat is now. Back then, that was sort of like your little community. Having that guild tag was also a way that people could look at you and tell right away, oh, they're hardcore. We don't really have that. I kind of wish you did. But I digress on that point. I was 59, and I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, man, like there's lots of friends I've made, people I've chatted with, personalities I've gotten used to. And once you became immortal, you had to say goodbye to that. And that was always like, oh, man. And, you know, I don't know exactly how it formed, but the guild, Hard Chores, existed even back then. And back then, it was players who took that feeling that I just described to you, and rather than turn 60, they're like, no, I'm gonna stay immortal. And then they took it to another place, which ended up being, I wonder how much content we can do as level 59. And thus was the birth of Hard Chores. So at its very outset, it was always, I always thought of it as a way for people who enjoyed the hardcore community to stick together. So of course, the Hard Chores community, the hardcore community, it has some wonderful pockets with some lovely people. You spent 2 hours fishing for it before I had to leave for my train. One day I will have the bucket. I hope you do too, friend. The best thing you can do if you're... I always like to say, don't try to get something. Just get it. Okay. There's a Nordanaar here. Huh. I think that must be from a new quest I don't know of. Okay, I gotta get down, right? Yep. Now, can I survive that? Yeah, I can survive that. All day. Oh, I'm gonna die. Woo! 151 health left. That's pretty close. Eh. Horde has a quest connected, but the quest is prior to 1.7. Yeah, I think I have a vague recollection of Murog mentioning a quest that is involved with that guy. Okay, so I have to kill some dude for a search for the edge. I have to find an edge of a Blade Master's weapon. Hey, check this out. Check this out, guys. I'm like, oh no, I'm getting attacked by someone. Whatever, oh well, I can feign death. See, I remembered. It's kind of crazy how short the cooldown is on feign death, by the way. I understand it's rudimentary and elemental to the hunter toolkit, but it still strikes me as weird. It just because it is so strong of an ability. Hold on, lady, hold on, please. Just trying to get up here. Okay, we got the Blade Master Edge. Now I gotta go get something else. Now, Lorazia, I wouldn't know for sure. And the fact that I can almost feign death again already, like that's the thing that, like, is this really? Okay. Alright. Okay, original developers, I guess you do you. I'm not even sure. It's not something I'm like, oh, this needs to be fixed. It just seems like a very strong part of a toolkit. I mean, you know, that's like saying, oh, it's really strong that rogues have stealth. Yeah, okay. I feel like something like stealth seems like it's like rudimentary to our understanding of a rogue. I don't know how feign death fits into the hunter identity, but I guess this isn't the entrance. Entrance is over here. There it is. Alright, for this I'll bring Misha back out. Come on out, Misha. I'll give you a tasty treat. Nope, wrong menu. Oh, it's above me, isn't it? Who's this guy? Warlord Krill. I think there's like a quest I need for him or something. I might be thinking of the Mage Polymorph Pig quest, I think involves him. I might have that wrong. Misha, you're in combat? Well, take care of it, Misha. Come on, don't bring her over here. Just because I left you on passive. I'm sorry, I just noticed out Vrograg. Thank you. That's very sweet of you to say, by the way. I also think that everything I've seen of your stream indicates to me that you're a lovely human like Rafa. Listen, I really appreciate it, but I could only hope to be a fraction of how great Rodfather is. There are times when I would like to talk about Rodfather more, but his sweetness sometimes makes me want to cry, and I don't want to have a stream like that. Not that there's anything wrong with crying, it kind of feels weird at a certain point, no? Like, in public. I'm not the greatest entertainer, you know, but I am trying to be entertaining. Yeah, I mean, Vrograg, certainly me learning about and chatting with and like getting to know Rodfather was an inspiration of that. I think when I was talking about that, I was specifically referencing Shagu, who actually made an appearance on stream, but a lot of that was because there were some people in the community that were really just kind of being turds to Shagu, and when I was going on that rant, as I go on a lot of rants, was trying to remind people that like the things they do, the things they say, can affect people negatively, and how invaluable it is just to be nice to people. Like, obviously, if someone's being an idiot, call it out. Don't let it, you know, be honest about how situations make you feel, you know? Because trying to pretend everything's okay and pretending to be nice, that's probably as bad, if not worse, than being a jerk. I'm not going to lie. And I think that's sort of a message probably resonates a little bit more with men. I'm not trying to... I don't think it's a mystery that men have a certain gender role where we're not really encouraged and sometimes really taught how to express emotions. And so it's difficult. And it can be difficult to get support when you're understanding and learning about and expressing your emotions. So, you know, that's another factor of the reason I say that is because sometimes it's hard to be nice because anger can come very easily. Okay, that's done. And so what do we do with that anger? And oftentimes it's lash out at other people we don't know, people we just don't care for. And I think that is many times why that negativity can come out in like online communities. Because usually people have something going on at home, or, you know, they, you know, might have a rough day at work, you know. And sometimes it's easier just to blow off steam, calling someone a slur in an online game. It's probably healthier than other alternatives, sure, but it hurts other people, you know? Yeah, Vrograg. I mean, I'm never going to be the person to have some sort of moral or virtuosic high ground in this particular discussion, because it's been a long experience. And mind you, I'm 40 years old, so I have the benefit of a lot more years than other people do oftentimes. By the way, I'm not saying I'm the oldest player in Turtle Well. I am not. But those years do help. It helps you gain wisdom and understanding and some insight. But really, getting to that point, I mean, that's like within the last 5 years. and I still struggle with it. I'm very fortunate because I have a wife, full stop. Having a spouse or a partner is just helpful. There's not many places where it doesn't help. And she's also a licensed mental health care person. So her study and understanding of sometimes when I'm struggling with stuff, she has insights even that many people, let alone women or men, she would have insights, and that's been very beneficial. So I am very fortunate to have that situation. I think a lot of that circumstance is what has allowed me to, even just be able to talk about it, because it is tough, to find the words. The reason I'm even bringing that up, though, when I'm talking about learning about emotions and how to express them, when I've had those discussions with Murog about that kind of thing, I remember I remarked to her at some point, I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm learning a new language. And I'm trying to read books and I'm completely illiterate. And her response was one of support, She's like, yeah, that's kind of how it is. And that kind of stuck with me for a long time when I was thinking about things where, for instance, I'll talk a little less theory, talk more practical application, right? So let's say I spoke with someone on the phone, and that person is maybe a family member or someone you have like a really strong relationship with or a lot of history with. And you talk to them, and it's a short conversation. You hang up the phone, right? And then you realize you're upset. You don't know why you're upset. You don't know what about that conversation made you upset. You don't even know where that feeling of upset is. It might not even be like angry you're feeling. You might just be reacting to not knowing to do with those emotions. For me, that was a lot of like my experience of like learning to understand and express those emotions, where I was like, I have no idea why, but I'm really angry right now. Murog's like, okay, like, let's break it down. What's going on in that big, dumb green head of yours? So, yeah, like years of that. So it's not always easy. And Rexxanna, I think you mentioning the social pressure of men was always out of bounds and tends to be pushing men to solve problems more than reflecting on our emotions. There's just no time for that. Yeah. Now, I've experienced that too, where someone comes to you in like crisis or like with an emergency, and I know this is oftentimes a really heavily reinforced gender role, but I know my reaction almost always is like, how do I fix the problem? And I think for a lot of men that sounds like the logical thing. But believe it or not, there are men and women who will just tell you about an experience not to ask for a solution, but just to express it. So you can help them process that emotion. And trying to problem solve around it, or like think of a solution, can actually make the situation tougher because they're oftentimes in a situation of like accepting what that situation is, and they just want to sort of express that emotion. And then you're like, right, well, I know your grandmother died, but like, hear me out, Frankenstein. You know, I think everyone can understand in that analogy why that is very tone deaf. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a very extreme version of it. And Rao Kangren, there's also the existence of borderline personality disorder, which people can have facets of in their day-to-day interaction. There can also be other behavioral, cognitive reasons for people to do stuff like trauma dumping. What I've learned about mental health care from my wife is that it is extremely complex, and there's a reason why licensed healthcare practitioners, mental health care practitioners, need a lot of education. Yeah, Progger. Absolutely. And, you know, I find a lot of times the discussion about nature and nurture and those things, you know, I'm like a lot of people where I'm kind of like, it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Oh, sorry, Dana Nation. Hi. You got the best deals anywhere? What do you got? What you deal? Yes, Lorazia, exactly. People do equate that stuff all the time. Dan, are you just being... No one's actually asked about my deals. What kind of deals do you have? I said, what are you dealing? Also, shout-outs to Nerds of a Feather, by the way. One of my favorite guilds on the entirety of Nordanaar. Do you have any idea what the range on tracking is? I think it's just mob render distance, essentially. Indeed, Progger. I'm one of the only hammersmiths here, and that's about it. Oh, you're a hammersmith? Oh, wait, really? Link some of your specialties as a hammersmith. But by the way, guys, that's Dan from the radio, our managing person. Oh, and just to finish up that thought about how children can often be, you know, have that social reinforcement. I think to a certain level, there's a reason why we have, to some extent, there's a reason why we have gender roles. I think some of it's natural, right? But to take it to the other extreme, I also think there's a reason why that's stronger in maybe one gender role than the other. Just because another gender does something doesn't mean it's something that's outside of your experience, and doesn't mean there's not value in it. Just because oftentimes girls and women seem like nurturing comes more natural to them, doesn't mean that men should never nurture. It just means that men can nurture too. Maybe they should learn how to from women. You see? So, anyway, we could talk about psychology, gender roles, all that stuff forever. But I have a goblin here trying to sell me hammers. That was not a sentence I had on my bingo card for this year. Let's see. The Persuader. He says, we got a super sexy Persuader to help persuade people. Lovely piece of architecture right here. It's like a red and black hammer. Stats on it. Looks like it gives you 1 hit, gives you 1 crit. 45.7 damage. Such crafts goblinship. Dawnstone hammer. Let's see how that looks. Why can't I see? Okay, there it is. Oh, I can't see that because it's behind my chat. Anyway, it says 61 damage. It's a 2-hander, 1% crit, 81 extra healing. And has a lovely design. Wow. Who would have known that hammer smiths can offer so much? I mean, the Dawnstone hammer does actually seem pretty good for, like, paladins. I wonder how much that costs to make. Yes, Progger. I don't have any children, but I do understand that. Sometimes you actually have to learn how to be nurturing. It is actually difficult at times. I'm glad you had that experience. All right, so how many of each can I put you down for? Oh. There was a misunderstanding then. When you said hammer, I thought you meant the kind that are actually axes. Dan, you have any axes? You have any axes, man? You know my challenge, right? It's the Rexxar challenge. You have any good one-hand axes? Well, if you have a main hand axe better than, or a offhand axe better than, we can chat. I actually, so maybe someone can answer this for me. I know swordsmith, hammersmith, armorsmith, macesmiths, they get special recipes, but are there a lot of them? I actually don't know. You know what? We had that other, hold on. Let me look at my Sears catalog. Yes. I would gladly pay and give a tip for something special. I have sworn my life to the Path of Rexxar. I am forbidden from using naught but 2 axes. Also, why can't blacksmiths make thrown weapons? I feel like I'm pretty sure that's something they can't do, but they should be able to. Let me check here. So I know Annihilator is crafted. I think Sarathril's a dropper. I won't smack you, Dan. You're fine. Thanks for dropping by. Well, Rao Kangren, I can understand. All I'm saying is, it feels like the jump from doing like a weapon to doing a shield, like, oh yeah, if you can make a dagger, just make a bunch. Now you have throwing daggers. I don't know if that makes sense. So maybe there's another way of looking at this. If I go to recipes for blacksmithing, alright, a lot of these don't exist. Maybe they do. I think Annihilator is like the big one. Oh my goodness. The menus I have to go to look at one of these is crazy. Alright, now that's actually it's pretty good. 47 point. Again, I'm talking about what that'd be for level 60. This would actually be a good option. Let me see. Oh, got rid of that. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. You guys know I like to get distracted. Maybe if I look at is there a way to look at the crafting? Okay, crafting. I should have started here, actually. Dang. Apprentice, journeyman, expert, artisan. This actually wouldn't have been too bad. I think I'm a little over that level. What do I got after this? What's your next axe? Huge thorium battle axe. It's got to be two-handed. Yep, it's two-handed. I don't always update my Atlas suit, so this could also be incorrect. What's the next axe? Nope, don't see axe there. This is for armor smiths only. I think armor smiths only do plate. Or no, they do make mail. Interesting. Huh. I'm gonna have to look into this later. I'm looking for axes. Alright, this is weaponsmith. Dark iron sunderer? That's a two-handed axe. Two-handed axe. Black Fury, Black Amnesty. They don't actually have any one-hand axes right here. Let's take a... So, Axesmith. Here it is, Dan. I found the list. Dawn's Edge. Probably... let's see if I... If I look at my... This would be an improvement for, like, my offhand, I think. Dawn's Edge. 36.4. Yeah, this would be slightly better for me for my offhand. Annihilator I know because I've been experimenting with it on Vrograg. The Arcanite Reaper, that's a two-hander. Ugh. Dark Iron Destroyer. That'd probably be pretty good at level 60. And Nightfall is again a two-hander. So that's my crafting. That's what I got. It's okay. It's okay, Dan. This is one of those spots where I'm like, there are so many crafters that, like, there's got to be some way to allow crafters to make something that's useful for raids without completely and utterly breaking stuff. Maybe. I'm trying to think. I've had ideas in the past, but... Alright, refueling the blade. Now there's one last step. The blade needs to be reforged. We will need a powerful conduit, a source of unimaginable fell energy to make the blade whole again. Katakar, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, this might not be the look. Maybe we shouldn't play with fell energy? I mean, what would I know? I only happen to have green skin. But, you know, anyway. This is the only way. This is the way of the Blade Master. Venture to the forest of Fellwood, where demons still lurk. Gather their fell energies and return to me so we can reforge the blade. The demonic sanctuary Jadenar will be a place of hold such energies. Look there. Okay. Did you want to tell me? He didn't tell me what it ends up being. So I just picked up refueling the blade. I'm gonna look up this quest because why shouldn't I? Refueling the blade. Okay. All right. So this, you finish this one. Five strength, 5 stamina, and 1% attack speed. It's actually pretty legit. I mean, not that I need to stack haste like a deranged enhancement shaman, but I've seen worse quest opportunities. I mean, right now I have a 14 agility ring or a 13 agility ring. It's actually hard to beat those. Sorry, I'm just saying. Rauk Hangren, no shields, even green stuff. Thanks again, Dragonovi. Dragonovi, he waits to watch people get mad about stuff, and he's like, good. He's actually fueled off of your suffering. It might seem a bit over the top, but it's actually how it works. All right, any other weapons or armor I should equip or I'm going to sell? Keep that forever. That's a Shagu special. Alright. Do you guys remember when I said I was going to go to Winter Spring at some point? Pepperidge Farms remembers. Oh, wait, no. We'll feed those. Misha's going to love those. I am done with that. RIP to these axes. You guys served me well. Okay, we're good. All right. In order to... enter the Temple of Zin Malor and find the Ashen Stone, then activate the dormant ley lines for Keeper. So... I thought I was done that. I am. Oh, you know what? It's showing me where I have to go. But this guy isn't actually here, but using this rune stone will teleport me to here where the quest is actually turned in, I believe. Are you accepting gifts, or do you prefer to get stuff myself? I accept gifts, but it needs to be, like, within reason. So if you like find something that's maybe helpful or something that is useful for me, that's great. But if it's something that could be very profitable for you to have, I'm generally been a self-made orc on this. Majority of the gold I have is from keeping up with my own selling, getting cured rugged hides on this tune. So, like, you know, you can ask me specifically if you're thinking about something, and I'll let you know. But, for instance, Shagu walked up to me and gave me this comfortable leather hat. This isn't going to really change my experience, but it was thoughtful. It also says Shagu on it, so I'm going to treasure it forever. But we just had an RP, so if you have like a cute little axe that you want to send my way, worst comes to worst, even if I don't use it, I'll have a cool T-Mog, and I can always say, hey, a sketchy goblin walked up to me in Ashara and sold me this axe. That's fine. But if you sent me an Annihilator, I'd be like, that's kind of weird, dude. Although, would Annihilator be good for me at this level? It'd probably be decent. But, yeah, I don't want someone to spend tons of resources on something. So, guidelines seem vague. If you're confused, ask specifically in whispers. Hey, Vrograg, what is your end goal for this challenge? You gonna do Naxcar? So, goal 1 is to get to 60. Goal 2 is I need the Hunter Tier 0 hat. Goal 3 is to get the Flight Blade Throwing Axe from Warmaster Voon in Lower Blackrock Spire. And then the final goal is to get two axes. Now, I already have 2 axes, but jury's still out on which 2 axes I want to get to sort of finish off the challenge. I will say, although I will nominally call the challenge over if I do all those things, I still fully intend to have Rexxanna play this way in any endgame content, much to the chagrin of raid leaders, groups, etc. The Path of Rexxar isn't just a challenge, it's a state of being. And if there's one thing Rexxar has taught us, is that however you are, it's okay to be that way. Even if that happens to be a way that raids don't like. I would be purposely gimping myself. I mean, maybe after I finish the challenge, I might loosen up my restriction of 2 one-handed axes. But I will remain melee only and only use ranged abilities if I absolutely have to. And like everything I do, poorly thought out. I have talked a little bit about my next misguided challenge idea. Once again, a self-imposed challenge. I think it's probably the dumbest. It's one of the dumber ideas I've even had. If you haven't heard it, let me give you the elevator pitch. Okay, look at my screen. Look at my screen right now. Boom. This, but forever. Best name I've heard for it was the Cinematic Challenge. Oh, whoa. What happened? I did the feint. Why did you do this? Mandalore, this is your fault. Okay, use my frost trap. I got a couple more seconds till I could faint again. Finally. Default, now that you said that, yeah, it is very cinematic foreshadowing, as that's pretty much how it would go. So, you might think, Like, would I be that way entirely? No. If I'm in town, if I'm in an area that has a hearthstone, essentially, I'm allowed to bring my UI back up. But the second I step out of town, I have to Alt-Z. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, you just have to learn keybinds. Yes, but here's some things you haven't thought about. I can't see health bars. I can't see names of mobs. I don't know if those mobs are elite. I don't know how many resources I have. I think that kind of a challenge has a lot of legs on it. It has a lot of stuff that could go on. Sure. That's if you have a good snipe price, COD me whatever you spent on it. I bought the Axe of the Deep Woods for 20 gold. So as long as it's like 20-ish, I could probably swing that. That's probably something I would buy. Axe skill's hard to come by, so yes. Thank you. I know I'm bad. See, the thing is that it's a social game. And then I do stuff where I'm not social. Actually, you do that one. Where I am being social, but I can't keep conversations with everyone. Misha, I feel like you're getting your butt rocked over there. Good grouping, Misha. We did it. It's a fun idea. It seems like a logistical nightmare. Yeah, well, that's the idea, right? I would want a challenge that's entertaining because, like, the entire classic community, WoW, we've seen hardcore a million times. Like, it's just knowing stuff and being careful. Okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's anything against it that makes it bad. I'm just saying it's not... I don't find it as engaging because it's been done so much. But now the cinematic one, that's going to take levels of, like... I'd like to think that some of my most entertaining content I do is usually when I get rocked or I get surprised and I get completely owned by something. And I agree, as someone who watches content in that similar vein, I'm like, I understand the entertainment value in that. So when thinking about it, I'm like, ooh, I think I would watch something like that. Like, there's whole situations that, like, oh, look at that. It's that easy to level up, guys. Let's go. Misha, what are you thinking? You thinking a little bit more Unleashed Fury? Are you still angry, Misha? Misha's still angry. She's got to unleash her Unleashed Fury. Yep, you're all good. Dan, also, thanks you for reminding me, too, because my plan initially is to... oh, dang. I'm going to run out of time. I think if I did all my leveling up on stream, I would be level 30. Turns out I get distracted. But for good reason, because I'm normally having a great time playing, talking with you guys about what's going on the server. Like, it's a good vibe. It is not an efficient leveling vibe, though. I will say that. All right, Misha, we get our revenge. Do you have that RP add-on? You could play with it on. What you mean for this, or for like the cinematic? I have TTRP. I also have the one that like automates emotes and stuff. I don't know which one you're talking about though. Misha, we did it. Now we turn in the quest. I can feel the energy flowing once again. It will no doubt attract the attention of outside forces, or perhaps those who wish to uncover the secrets of Ashara for themselves. Our next step will be a crucial one, and will be required to keep the mystery of this land from being uncovered. Okay. Us keepers could not fill the length of our duties. Ooh, a Dire Maul quest. Well, hold on. A 20 arcane resist staff? I could see normal hunters wanting this.
Feel the earth.
Yeah, I have to go slay the great evil.
The spirit of the bear. Protect. Protect and endure.
I'm not sure exactly what I have to do. I think I have to kill Imulthar, but... RP mode to hide some of your... So, let me show you how that looks. Do I have it here? Add-ons under TTRP. I do have it on. Why is it not showing? Oh, I see. So, here's the TTRP thing. So, if I do RP, thing is that it's essentially Alt-Z, but with a chat box. It's underneath right now for you guys. It's underneath where your chat box is, but it's just where the chat box is. Everything else seems to be pretty basic. So yeah, I could do something like that. It is interesting though. Here's the difference. When I mouse over, I get to learn information. The idea would be to hide that information from me. So it's a good idea, and it would allow me to communicate more freely. So maybe I'd have to make up some kind of rule or way to implement that system. Man, I can't believe it. Level 56. Oh, let's see here. I think it's a level 60 axe, right? Yeah. Wow, you got that for 18 gold? That is a steal of a deal. I probably would have bought that too. It's an agility stam one too, so that'll be a nice treat for when I'm leveled up and ready. Alright, Misha, I gotta put you away again. I am very determined, Misha, to at least get to Winter Spring. I have I have enough rep with Timber Mob that I can go through their tunnels without getting attacked, so that part of the equation is taken care of. The hard part is, oof, how do I? Yeah, that is the only flight point, yeah. And I don't have a hearth. So you know what? On Rexxanna, I get used to just cruising, going wherever. So I am, with that challenge idea too, I foresee stuff that I'll need to make additional rules about. I suppose if I'm in a safe area and I am not in combat, or I'm in a situation that would allow it, I could turn off Alt-Z and then turn on the RP thing from Turtle RP add-on. So that way I could communicate, but I won't really be getting other information. So that might be a nice middle ground. I'm trying to think, like, what else it could affect. There's the big one. I didn't even think of this now. Until now, rather. Loot. I couldn't see my bags. I won't know. The only way I'll know that I've run out of space in my bags is because I notice that after I right-click a mob, after killing it, it still shows that it has loot. Like, ugh. Yeah. There could be worlds where like I just leave world drop purples on things. I'm like, well, I guess I'm out of space. The real question is, what class would be ideal for that? And I don't think there's a right answer, by the way. Probably it would be something that I would assume something I'm comfortable playing with, or something that doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles, so I don't have to remember a bunch of extraneous keybinds. No claim will ever be opened. Well, Raucangren, I'm allowed to look at my UI when I go into town. So the way it would work, right, conceptually, is that I'm an adventurer. When I pick up loot, I don't have time to examine it. I'm adventuring. I have to go back to town to identify everything. So when I get to town, I could talk to people, I could pick up quests, and then I can open up my bag and look inside. And that would include clams. Now, what that also means, though, in a similar vein, I would probably purposely avoid areas that I know drop clams because they take up bag slots. So, clams would affect things, I think. And I can't think of a better name for it other than the cinematic mode challenge. It would be very easy to explain to people. Oh, what's this challenge all about? I hit Alt-Z and I play that way. Huh? Yep, that's it. You know, from a theory crafting point of view, probably dungeons would do really good because those are not technical and don't require me to do a lot. But the problem is I'd have no way of knowing if someone wants me to do something. So if I have a class that has crowd control, I'd be like, we'll have to work out a system where like, jump 3 times if you want me to polymorph something and then point at the mob. Alright, maybe that'd be kind of janky. I think you'll have to think that through a little bit more before you run it. What makes you think I think anything through before I run it? Do you know that the Turtle Wow news was just supposed to be a silly thing I was going to do once? I didn't think that through. But then I was addicted to the attention. Oh, sweet, sweet attention. I cannot let you go. Oh, I crave the psychological validation from internet strangers. Oh, it's like the sweet, sweet kiss of the opium. I think there are some people that actually exist out there that are like that, though. Oh, Raucangren, that's a good point. Oh no. Yeah, if I do like group content, I won't be able to know if there's loot to roll on. I feel like the game's meant to be played with a UI. But you know what? What if it wasn't? I could maybe get Lazy Pigs or like a specially configured version of Lazy Pigs that will just greed on everything. Alright, Flight Master. Healers are out of the scope. No, not necessarily. So, little known fact, but let me see if I can demonstrate this. So, right now, I don't have nameplates on. Okay. When I Alt Z, I could still see that. I think I could heal if I had this on with Alt Z. Now, normally, the only thing that I would be able to tell with an Alt Z mode is I could look and see, oh, I know the name, right? But if I had health bars up, I could do healing. I would have to... how would I do that? I would use the old keybind system where, what is it? F1 is the first member of the group, F2 is the second member of the group. I would use that to target them and then do healing with keybinds that I know of. Like, there are going to have to be points in the game where I need to turn off Alt-Z, like to talk to a flight master on where to go. But I better know my healing keybinds. Tanks, though, I think might be out of the... Well, no, maybe not. I mean, you could tell if something's tanked or not. That's a good point, Raukangren. Why don't I just make the UI? Just make a minimalist dial bars for HP MP and allow action bars only in combat. No map, no mini-map in combat. Yeah, you know, that might actually be a... Oh, you know what? That's a good idea, Raukangren, and here's why. Yeah, I could use PFUI to do that, and then, here's the beauty, I can share that UI. Because you can do that with PFUI. You can actually share setups. And be like, are you interested in taking the challenge? I'd be like, cut and paste this into your UI. Yeah, you know what? You're right. That has more legs. Wait, you were there for what? What happened, Default? Shagu, you know what? If I was a real turd, I'd be like, hey Shagu, I'll like give him like $50. I'd be like, can you make a UI that does this? Or just send me a configuration? And then it could have the extra prestige, right? It'd be like, if you want this custom made UI from Shagu, right? And then I make it about Shagu. Don't tell him. What I'll do though is that, like, if you'd like to support this effort, it would only be possible through the work of Shagu. Please consider donating to his project. Right? And then it's a win all around. Yeah, Gildark, you're not alone. Hold on, I need to slow down Mandalor's eating. That might have sounded like a weird thing to say. Poor Mandalore, he started life as a stray cat, so his eating habits are such that he will scarf down food the second he sees it. And unfortunately, when I got in today, whatever food he got before Murog left, he ate too quickly and he puked it up. So that means he ate it too quickly and he's been hungry all day. I don't want to reward him for puking, so I didn't want to feed him more. But I put something that will make getting at his food a little bit more difficult, which is something we normally do anyway with puzzle feeders, which is normally how we do it. Okay, hold on. I gotta do something else here. All right, I just I just manually transferred his food into the puzzle feeders. Vrograg, I want to live in a world where that happens. Default, you're fine. It's just something that happens with YouTube. Sometimes all you have to do is just refresh. I usually notice it when someone says something. I'm like, I don't understand the context of that statement. I leave the stream on the lowest latency possible, but sometimes it just happens. And for anyone who doesn't know, Gildark, talking about the buff cap issue, this isn't... What happens is there's like a client limitation of buffs that you have and debuffs you put on enemies. Now, you as a player and like the enemy you're fighting, they will still have those effects on them and it will still affect them, but you cannot... It will not visually render for you in any way, shape, or form. So, let me give you a really good example, because I've dealt with this, and it's absolutely terrifying when it happens. As a rogue, I try to help out, and I do improved exposed armor. So what's important about that is, hey, improved exposed armor, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm going to lower the armor. Now, if you let that buff drop, the armor goes all the way back up, and then you have to tell the warriors you need to sunder, otherwise they lose a bunch of damage. If enough debuffs get put on an enemy, though, I can't see any timer. I will not know where it's at. Now, let's say I get knocked back or something weird happens and I lose, like, the tempo or something of, like, do I need to do IEA right now? Or, you know, like, that's a moment where it really matters for raid, and I can't see where the buff is. So, serious is a pretty strong word, but it is an issue. Yes. This is what I'm taking to get to Winter Spring. And we need... where is it? Here, it was... You know what? I just realized I was supposed to go to the island of Tel'abim, not Winter Spring. Winter Spring is where I can get the bite attack, but I can't because I'm not high enough level. Oh well. You think I need another hardcore run? I don't know about that. Again, like I was saying, I'm trying to make content that's at least somewhat engaging. I mean, if that's like a challenge, I don't know about all that. It is... So yeah, we have about 25 minutes until I'm going to be raiding DJ Nosferos. There's no S in there, and I keep trying to put an S in there. His stream. Because there's going to be a live DJ set. Murog just came home. Murog, our beloved fur son, took that delicious late breakfast you gave him and decided to lose it on the tiles. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, good job puking in the right spot, but, huh? Oh, maybe that's why he wasn't so ravenous. Okay. I was worried about him. But don't tell Mandalore that. He can't know that I'm a softie. I will say, by the way, though, Vrograg, that I think that approach would be the best way. That would be so. That would be so fun. While I'm writing, I do actually want to double check on where I actually get that bite. Shagu, of course, gives us this lovely... Alright, so the bite was Brushtail Cobra, but what if is it Claw rank 8? Elder Shard Tooth. I need to be 57 or 58. Yeah, so that's the problem. I am not there yet. Mini cinematic run? How would I make it mini? Other than being a goblin or a... I don't know if I could do Alliance, guys. That would be the challenge. Can I play Alliance without losing my lunch? Also, if you missed my previous teasers about, not teasers, just posting, Pilgrim of the Signal, having a show following this stream. Tune in live, hear the live DJ, interactions. It'll be a good time. Genuinely. I'm trying to go to Everlook. Do I still have that quest? Ah. I picked up the breadcrumb to do the radio quest. I forgot. There's no reason to do it. It's nothing valuable, but I wanted to do the radio quest. You know what? You know what, Blossy? Every time I hear one of you Alliance stands say something about herder, mud huts, you know what I say every time? Yeah, you know why they're mud huts? Because the Horde didn't have the money to pay their laborers money for their buildings. I think the Alliance best not be throwing rocks in their glass house that they didn't pay the labor for. Or maybe the Defias Brotherhood isn't absolutely correct about wanting to do what they're doing. That's all I'm going to say. I'd rather pay my workers and, be able to not have to kick out a bunch of masons. The smell part we're working on, okay? But that's... We literally have undead guys walking around. Like, we can't fix it all. So, Blossy did the full heel turn. Pay them a bunch of hooligans? No thanks. That is the classic maneuver. It's like, these guys have a good point, and I do owe them money. What if I just called them criminals? See, here's the turn-in. This is the Zappo Zapblast quest. And then his follow-up has you go to Ashara. Listen to Zappo Zapblast recording. The recording box saying next to him and never look. He had instructions, I think. Remember, green, slider down, and then turn the knob to the left. Green. There it is. We did it! Thank you, Default. Thank you. That just goes to show you what they're teaching over in the Alliance lands. Whereas the Horde, I found, mostly teach a pretty realistic rendition of their history. You know, shame and all, except for the Forsaken. I can't defend anything Forsaken do, man. Like, I mean, like, you're right. You got me. I did do a quest guide on how to do this quest. It's somewhere on in my video archive there. This is where I send you out to Ashara. Now here's the real question. I need to get the flight point. We're all in agreement about that. You know what else I could use though? I really gotta get that there. I have to get to Tel'abim too. I mean, the flight can't be that long, right? It's a third of a gold. Dang. I mean, is there anything else I need to do on here? You know, Blasi, yeah, that is true. The trolls do have, I mean, it's actually 3 toes when you think about it, because they don't really have a heel. They have like a heel toe. Maybe it's best not to think about that. We have a variety of toe. You know, we have toe diversity. Something that the Alliance does not have. We have people that don't have toes. 0, like the Tauren. 2/3 for the Troll. I'm assuming 5 for Orc and Goblin. And the Forsaken run the gamut. And they could have 0 toes or maybe bonus ones, because some of them are bony boys. So yeah, we call that toe diversity. Also, I don't know if the lore is correct, but like I remember one of Platinum WoW's videos talks about how the elves technically evolved out of trolls, right? So I don't know what that means. Listen, I know we got a long flight, okay? But I did bring some in-flight entertainment. Murog doesn't know what this is. Murog, do you want to take a guess on what this is?
Something Bulbasaur.
She says something Bulbasaur. Anyone want to take a guess what's in this package? Make sure I don't show off my address. Any guesses?
It felt light, so I'm guessing it's a...
And Murog says it feels light. You were right, yeah. Murog was right. It's another Bulbasaur. Guys, I have a problem.
Especially when you buy with Bulbasaur, you make it so other people can't buy them for you, you know.
I want you. You don't know how much restraint I actually show. This one's actually been really hard to find. Listen, you guys don't need the full Bulba lore, but
Shiny.
stop that.
Well, it's Bulba's a different color.
No, it's just an unusual design. This it's my new Bulbasaur for the collection. Oh, lighting's a little janky here. He's almost like the colors are a little bit more pastel. Can I get a more natural light on it? Hold on. There. So it has sort of like these classic 1920s style cartoon eyes. He's not too big. They released one that was like this design like a year ago, and I never got it. And then everyone during Christmas dropped the ball. But there's never enough things to get old Vrograg. But you know what? I treated myself. I'm just kidding, by the way. That's not actually how that went down, Murog. Oh. I'll have to get the scissors for the label after. This is a pretty tough label. Do you have scissors over there? This is... Nope, there's no other name on it. Anyway, he's going to the collection. A troll plushie so you can look at the 3 toes. I mean, Bulbasaur is accepting of you no matter how many toes you have. We need a Calavarn or an Aileron in this chat for some lore dumps. I mean, I would like to know what the real deal is, like, because Turtle WoW has divergent lore, right? But at this point in the prime history of WoW, was it confirmed that trolls and elves were related or not? Now, I know there were later novels that confirmed what happened before, but they happened after Vanilla WoW, I believe. So I don't know how to look at that. I'm sorry. Also, I know that you wrote Bulba Harem, but at first I read that as Bulba Haram, and I'm like, Bulbasaur is not haram. How dare you? Oh, and I need to make sure I know which beastie I'm going after. Okay. It was bite rank. Rank 8. Alright, it's the... Oh, you guys can't see that, I just realized. Alright, so according to the Shagu webpage, by the way, Murog, did you know Shagu actually had Petopia on his website? And it's Turtle WoW accurate? Alright. Brush-tail cobra. That's the one we're looking for. We should be able to get it. I got it locked in. Brush-tail cobra. Let me search it up. DB Brush-tail cobra. There's actually some in Tenaris. Really? I didn't think that was true. Where would they be? Oh. Okay. I guess it thinks of Tel'abim also as Tenaris. Didn't think I'd see that one. One of the Dark Iron Dwarf quests did ask me to go to Steamweedle Port. So see, I'm making a good use out of my travel. Yeah, exactly, Blossy. That's what it was. Raukanger says trolls just didn't evolve since they were just fighting each other, while other humanoids crawl up to the arcane lake and started to mutate. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like all the arcane stuff really felt like a two-edged sword. Like, seemed pretty nifty, but had some pretty big consequences. the real lesson here is that war and violence seems to be endemic on Azeroth, no matter what race you are. But violence bad. You know, guys, I'm kind of excited though that Murog came in after we had the long diatribe about being honest about your emotions and learning how to express them, because she would have jumped in.
Sorry, I have a 65 question test for this training. Yeah, usually like 20.
Well, hold on, wait a second. You went to a training,
Yeah, I gotta do my test.
but they're
online.
testing you?
Yeah. They always test you at the end of trainings.
Really?
Yeah.
They're trying to see if they did their job? Okay.
Well, I'm going to need this to prove that I passed level 1 training if I want to do level 2 training.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Trying to think what other... Oh, that was another thing I wanted to look at quick. Obomsawin, my shaman, is a dragon scale leatherworker, which does mail, and I wanted to check if there were... if the black dragon scale set might be good. Alright, so... .54 attack power is good. 1% crit with the 2 set. Critical strike by 2 for the 3 set, and 18 fire resistance for the 4 set. What else I got for the Black Dragon scale set? This... It's just a bunch of attack power. It's not bad, but they just slapped it and said, you have no idea how much attack power we can put in this thing. The boots? It'll make good fire resistance set, that's for sure. Okay. Was kind of hoping for something that had like a little bit more agility, but... .23 agility on boots? Hey, yo. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is definitely stuff I have to take a look at. I have to start... I need to plan now so I can immediately raid and rush through all the content with my character, guys. It's going to be so fun, and in 1 month I'll be burnt out. Five fingers is better than 3, since that implies better brain developed. The fact that you misspelled while saying that, Vrograg, tells me a lot about the statement, I think. I mean, if I mutated and grew a 3rd arm, it'd be like, 3 arms is actually... It's better than 2, because that implies the brain developed. It doesn't imply that. It implies that there was a mutation. Alright, we're going to get the Brushtail Cobra, and then we're going to get ready to raid Nofros. Nofros. One of these days I'm going to say his name without stumbling. But today is not that day. Misha is put away, because right now I'm riding Misha. I wonder what brushtail cobras eat. There it is. There's my snakes. You know, I haven't actually ever trapped a snake yet. Okay, I'm focused. I'm focused. Oh, I can do that from there. Too easy. This has got to be difficult at some point, right? Like, I have never had trouble capturing one of the Pokemon I get. Okay, I'm just going to feed you real quick. You need to learn Bite rank 8. That's the only thing I need you to do. Can you fight this thing? Here, get some more food in you. Usually, in my experience, it hasn't taken long to learn the new ability. So yeah, go for it. We just got rank 8. Easy. Oh no, snake thing, help me. Rename. Dumb Sneck. Well, Dumb Sneck, I gave you a name, and now I leave you to the wilds. Misha, if you please. I have some exciting news for you, Misha. You've been approved for Bite rank 8. So that went from 60 to 80 damage all the way up to 81 to 99 damage. Target is too low level. What? Misha, you're level 54? You gotta be... Well, hold on. Is that right? You have to be 50... Oh. No, it's never happened to me. It's never happened before. Oh no. Well... That's very Vrograg of me. Alright. Well then. I'm going to wrap up here. I also need to do the thing where I raid. Let me just get to safety. I mean, I'm safe. I can't believe Misha's 2 levels under me? That doesn't seem right, but maybe it is. I can't ride Misha either, because she's out. Those are the rules. This Chris, by the way, good name. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. So, as I wrap up, I'll remind everyone here, if you haven't followed on Twitch, feel free to. If you have Twitch Prime, I'll gobble up Jeff Bezos' money. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. But sadly, I am wrapping up here for now. I am going to be sending all of the Twitch viewers over to DJ No Feroce's show, which is happening right... It should be starting right now, if my calculations are correct. Here's the little poster for the show. So turn on your radio. Get ready for a professionally done show. It's great. It's a dance party. It's going to be happening somewhere in Black Rock Mountain. And in fact, I might go over there as Vrograg. So maybe check it out. Catch what you can. Did my normal sign off. Thank you everyone for viewing. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. When you're playing games, ensure that you're having fun, because that is the point. And as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge. Bye, guys.